Hello everyone, my name is Jen and welcome to the Book Refuge. If this is the first video you're watching after Thanksgiving from me, I'm sorry for the nasally voice. I'm feeling much better. My throat is at like 90%. We're doing good, but it's still holding on in the congestion wise, and I can't do anything about that. It was time to film. So what is the topic today? As you saw in the title, this is about Audible Plus. So I've actually been asked to make a video like this a few times, and I was a bit hesitant to do it because it's like, there's so much available in Audible Plus. There really is. There is so many books now that are available for free to listen to. There is the Audible exclusives. There's the Audible, like, read and listen that show up. And then there's also, if you go in and you filter by romance, there's over 8,000 romances that are available to listen to. There's no limit that I've seen for how many you can check out at once. I think right now I have 26 checked out or whatever. You just add to library, and so far I've never come up against it. If I am wrong about that, please say down below. But I think that those of us who are Audible members, we maybe forget to look, or we think there won't be ones that we're interested in, and I totally get that. So I have made a video like this for any play before, and part of the reason why I put off making it is it's a lot of work for me because, you know, visually people want to see which books that I'm talking about, and I have over 30 authors listed right now. And I also have my computer here because I may pull up Audible Plus to look through some more. But we're just going to chat and I'm going to go through some. And some of them I might end up putting graphics up for, and some of them you're just going to have to write down what I'm saying. Okay? That's how we're going to do it, because I want to make this video so that I can give you some ideas, and I will list the authors that I talk about in the description. For this one, I might not have links to all of those because, again, it would take me a lot. I will maybe do a link to the romance page of Audible Plus, and then it'll be already filtered and set up for you to look at just Audible Plus titles. So anyway, those are my caveats. I hope you still are interested in this video. We'll start kind of with the basic here, and then, like I said, I have a list of that I went through, and there were authors that either I have read or ones I'm interested in reading, because I snagged a whole bunch the other day. So Audible is having its, right now, it might be done now, but they had their up to 85% off of certain books available, which is really fun when they do that. But when there was some that I was trying to snag, I saw that a few of them were already, you could listen to them for free. And I was like, oh dang, I haven't checked the Audible Plus catalog in a while, because I used to check it like once a month. And number one, I just got so bogged down with other books to read, even audiobooks, you know, and I do have any play as well, that I just forget to check Audible Plus for anything. Because to be fair, a lot of the books I grabbed in Audible Plus, they aren't ones that I'm specifically going to read them, but I would read them when I find them on Audible Plus. So whereas usually when I'm on Audible, it's because I'm specifically looking for a book, or when I've bought the ebook, I'm looking for the Audible like upgrade or whatever. So it's not always something that I'm like digging through. But what you can do is, if you have the Audible membership, so you're doing like the $14.99 a month and you're getting 1 credit or higher, you have access to the Audible Plus. So what you can do is go to the Audible, which you can do this on your phone as well. Again, if I remember, I'll put a screenshot of like what it looks like. And when you are looking for a book, you can put in romance, and then you can choose to filter by, and it'll ask you if you want to filter by price, if you want to filter by like length and stuff like that. But you can also choose the included in plus catalog. So that's what you'll click, and then it will filter out everything else, and it will show you all the romances included in it. Now you can go down even further, and you know, you can go by genre if you want to, which is great. So So yeah, you can use any of those to do that. And then what you'll do when you find one is just do the add to library. And then when you go into your phone, it will be in your library, right? Simple, easy peasy. I've pulled it up in here, like I said. So there's over 50,000 in Audible Plus as a whole. And of course you can filter that down by any of the other ones. But if you click on romance, it says there are over 8,000 titles. So right now, all of the like Christmassy ones are at the top. Here's the thing. They don't really filter this by any specific way. Within that, it's probably who has like paid to be for ads at some point to get them in different places. But you can filter under romance by like Christian romance, contemporary, erotica, fantasy, historical, military, LGBTQ. You can filter by all of those. Science fiction, westerns. But I just straight up went through the romance, and there was ones that I checked out, and then there's ones that have some of my favorites. So let's go through my list here, and then I will go back to this and scroll through and see if there's any that have changed, because already it's like changed the ones that are on the top. So to save you some time of having to scroll through, let me go through the list of it. And again, I'm not going to say all of the individual titles. Some of these, it's just like first in series that's included, you know, just like you might have the first book of an ebook series free and then you have to buy. That's kind of the situation. So an author that I snagged a bunch of hers, and I'm actually listening to one right now, is Odette Stone. Her mafia books have been recommended to me before, and I've seen her hockey romance all over. So I actually grabbed a bunch of her mafia. I'm currently listening to Dark Russian Angel. And then I read one of her hockey romances yesterday. I read Puck Me Secretly. I believe the first 3 in that series, or maybe there's only 3. Those ones are all included. A bunch of her mafia is included. Choosing Theo by Victoria Aveline. I have not read this one yet. I believe it's only the first one in this series, but that's enough for me to test it out, so I'm going to be trying that one. Without You by Marley Valentine. I have had this one on my list since it came out. This is one that a lot of my friends have loved. This is an MM romance, so I want to read that. Pretty much all of Max Monroe is a part of Audible Plus. I stopped writing after a few, but I saw at least 20 to 25 Max Monroe that were all included. These are like rom-coms, specifically the like Dr. OB books. There's the Winslow brothers. There's the Billionaire series. Like all of those are included, which is kind of cool because I first read Max Monroe when those books were a part of the Audible Escape plan, which I've talked about that before. That was a bonus plan that you used to be able to buy that was just all romance books. And so it was cool to see those included. J.L. Beck, there is a lot of their mafia books in here. I've only read a few of these, but I did download a couple to listen to later. The Dark Lies duet, the Taking You duet, those are included. So Harper L. Woods and Adelaide Forrest, I had these written in 2 different ways. So all the audiobooks, I believe in the I don't know what the fantasy series, What Lurks Within the Veil or whatever, 3 of those are all included in Audible Plus, as well as Adelaide Forrest, which you guys know this is the same person, her Belandi Crime Syndicate books, and the what is it, Till Death Do Us Part, whichever, that mafia series, those books are included. I saw a bunch of Alexandria House. I downloaded a couple of these. This is an author that I've seen my friends rave about, and I saw at least 10 of her books included. Mary Balog, there is a lot of her historicals included, specifically the series that will probably catch your eye. The Bedouin Saga, I have the ones I haven't read are downloaded there, as well as the Westcotts, which is the series that I love, and I believe the Survivors Club is there as well, which the Survivors Club is actually the first series I ever read by Mary Balog, and I loved it so much. There are quite a few Louise Bay. Louise Bay has a lot of her books narrated by Shane East, so that's why I'm a big fan of those. They're usually just some, those ones usually just have, like, they're kind of rom-coms is what I've read so far. I've read like 10 of theirs so far. Avery Flynn has a bunch in here. I've only read 2 by her, but I think that Muffin Top is included. I'm not sure. Like I said, I just wrote down author names, but she writes rom-coms. Someone I know I absolutely adore. The Grip trilogy and the Hoops series are both available on Audible Plus. I also know Kennedy Ryan has a Audible exclusive short. I haven't read this yet, but that is in there. So definitely worth your time. Grace Goodwin. This is another alien romance author. A bunch of her books are included. I have 2 of hers downloaded. I know Avery really likes her. Carly Phillips. I think so much of her backlist is included. I have a few. She actually has some box sets included as well, which is great, where you don't have to check out a bunch of individual ones. Just like all 4 books in the series will be in like one Audible. That's great. She writes contemporary. I think it's mostly like just like sexy contemporary, I think. Monica Murphy. I believe I can't remember, but it's the prep school series. That one's in there, as well as some of her like other new adult ones are in there. This is a big one. I'm super excited. I shared this in my announcement video, but the entire Outlander series is currently a part of it. This series is also on Anyplay, so that's really great. But yeah, this entire series is in there. So if you're wanting to do the Outlander read along, which is starting in January, all of those audiobooks are included. I'm hoping to listen and read along with the audiobook. It's going to be great. So yeah, all of those. The Devil's Night series by Penelope Douglas is in there. So if that's a series you've been wanting to read, I've never tried any of Penelope's on audio actually, so I don't know who the narrators are for that one, but check those out. The Wolf Hotel series by K.A. Tucker. So as well as her fantasy books too, which I haven't read those, but the Wolf Hotel series I have read, and another book in that series is coming out in December. So if you'd like to catch back up, you can listen to those for free on Audible Plus. Never After series by Emily McIntyre. All of those books currently out. American Queen series by Sierra Simone. That trilogy. Good shit. That one is in there. The Bridgerton series by Julia Quinn. That whole series is there. The first couple, of course, have the the Netflix covers, but then the rest have the other ones. So all of those ones are there. Lark Cove series by Devaney Perry. I believe that one starts with tragic. I haven't read many Devaney Perrys at all, but that's a series that I want to try. The Fireblood Dragons by Ruby Dixon. I haven't read any of those, but I know a lot of people like that series. Wolf Ranch by Vanessa Vale. I have had my eye on those. I've gotten a few of those for free when they've had Stuff Your Kindle days, so interested in that. There's a bunch of Lauren Blakely. She has a lot of Audible exclusives as well. J.A. Huss, who writes very spicy, a lot of dark romance. Those are all included. So those are all the ones that I had on my list. That was just once I filled a page, I stopped. So now I am just gonna like scroll through here and call out a few. And then we'll just wrap the video up there. Because like I said, I just want to give you some places to start because there, 8,000 titles is a lot to bite off. But as I've said, I think I've given you the tools to how to navigate through this. You go to, if you're on your phone, you'll choose like that you want to look for romance, and then you choose filter for the Plus catalog. If you are on your desktop, which in my opinion is an easier way to go through them, because if you're looking on your phone, once you pick one to download, it sometimes starts you back at the top of the list, which can be extremely annoying when you're trying to get through the whole list, just saying. But if you use your laptop or desktop, it's easier to filter. And when you do that, you just go to the Audible site, and then the Plus catalog is just in the top bar. So you can choose that, and then you can filter by a category, and then you can filter by a subgenre. So why don't we see some that's under sports? Let's see what sports romance are. There's 112. So let me go through some of these. Of course, the Kennedy Ryan I mentioned. The first book in the Game On series by Kristen Callahan, so The Hookup. Carly Phillips has a bunch of those. Eden Finley has some of their romance is in there. Marin Moore has a Totally Pucked. Ooh, I'm going to add that to my library. See, I'm going shopping here. Daryl Banner. Ooh, that's a male romance author. Cambria Herbert. Monica Murphy. Ooh, that's a series I want to try too. I know that Ashley likes that. Vanessa Vale. Christina Lee. Lily Kate. Allie Martinez. Tijan. More Monica Murphy. So yeah, Sawyer Bennett. So those are a bunch under sports romance. Let's look under fantasy and see what's there. There's over 700 fantasy ones. That's cool. Let's see. Sky Wilson. I see a bunch of shifter stuff. There is Bridge Kingdom. I should have mentioned that. I've never read that. The Bridge Kingdom series by Danielle Jansen. You'll also find Suzanne Wright in here. Ava Chase. Bethany Adams. I don't know who some of these are. Oh, the K.A. Tucker. I mentioned that. Bethany Adams. Ooh, this is one I have in my library. I haven't tried this yet, but Holland the Soulless by Denali Day. That one is narrated by Shane East. I've heard of that series, and I have that one downloaded to try, so that tells you that I was interested. Tara West, Ivy Asher, Rachel Higginson. Ooh, I've heard she's good too. Shelley Lawrenceston, her Honey Badger Chronicle series is in here. Diane Duvall. I've never tried her before. There's a bunch of hers in here. So lots of shifter romances in here. Looks like it mixes some paranormal in. Yeah, and like, that's funny. I'm under fantasy, and a Natasha Knight mafia romance is put under fantasy. So I guess someone's fantasy is Killian. That's hilarious. Jennifer L. Armentrout, Neilani Singh, Slave to Sensation is in here. That's cool. Christy Cunning. Oh yeah, I've heard this. I have the first one downloaded in the Dark Side series. I believe that's a reverse harem. I've heard good stuff about that series. Danica Dark. Okay, so those are a bunch of fantasy authors that are in here. Let's look under historical again. And then, oh, there's over 1,000 historicals. That's cool. Oh, I forgot to mention this. They're basically all the classics, like Pride and Prejudice, Jane Eyre, you know, North and South. Those ones are all a free audio in here, and they're usually read by famous people. There's some Sherry Thomas. Anne Gracie. That's cool. Laverle Spencer. Lots of Mary Balog, like I said. There's a lot of Mary Balog. I'm trying to find someone else. Elisa Braden. Ooh, the first volume of Rescued from Ruin is in there. That's cool. Eloisa James. Philippa Gregory. She's a bit more historical fiction. Amanda Quick. There are some good ones under here. Eliza Knight. KJ Charles. Stephanie Lawrence. let me see. Madison Michaels. Eloisa James, I already saw that. Let's do one more page of this and then. Madison Michaels, I think I said that already. Heather McCollum. Her Sons of Sinclair is here. Vanessa Vale has some historical menage romance. That's great. And yeah, more Mary Balog. There is a lot of Mary Balog. So if she's someone you want to try, it is here. Madeline Hunter as well. So there we go. Those are just a couple of the categories. And like I said, I just listed those off. But I will have a link to the Audible Plus Romance page, and you can take it from there if you want. But again, as long as you have an Audible membership, you have access to this. And there are over 8,000 romances that are free to read. And total, there are over 50,000 books that are available in the Plus catalog. Let me double check that. Yeah, over 50,000. There's a bunch of Christmas novellas right now. So there you go. So anyway, I hope that that's helpful. Again, I'm sorry that there's not as many like detailed recs, but with the list that I made, I tried to go through ones that like I have read or I want to read. There's got to be some you want to start with there. And yeah, let me know if there's some on Audible Plus you want to point out. You can share that for everyone. And yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure you give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel for more recommendations, and we'll see you next time. Bye.